Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Freddie and Daniel. Yeah, it's Freddie Hong Kong series number 4, and tonight's topics will be language exchange programs and Chinese language workshops in Hong Kong. Well, for today's live streaming is Tuesday because this Friday at this Thursday will be Christmas 25th. So we pushed the program earlier 2 days in 23rd Tuesday. Okay, let me pass the time to Freddie and Daniel.
Thank you, Francis. So this is the 4th episode. Remember, we have talked about our service for ethnic minorities in Hong Kong in terms of providing anti-pandemic materials supplies. And we also have talked about some interview. We share some stories about the career and businesses of ethnic minorities in Hong Kong to some local Chinese, so that they can have a multi-dimensional and all-rounded understanding about our EM society in Hong Kong. So this time, what we are talking about is the language exchange.
Yes.
Because language is, I believe, is very important in understanding a culture. And language is also facilitates mutual understanding, not only in among different cultures, but also even if we are in the same culture, we need language. And language is very important. It's crucial, has a crucial role in exchanging our ideas and for us to understand what we want to express. So in Hong Kong, very unfortunately, conventionally, we have been urging non-Chinese, our ethnic minorities, to learn Chinese. Like we have stressed the importance of learning Chinese in order to help our ethnic minorities community to get a better chance in education and career. However, I believe that this is not solely their responsibility to learn Chinese in order to change the situation or what the difficulties they're facing. We also have to, the mainstream society and the social systems also have to modify it in order to facilitate equal opportunities. And I think it is not only we should not only facilitate non-Chinese to learn Cantonese or Chinese language, but also as a Chinese community, we can also start learning the language of our ethnic minority or South Asian community. So many years ago, I guess 4 or 5 years ago, I have been publishing some 1 week 1 word in our Facebook page to introduce some common words in like those words we have using in our common daily life in different South Asian language, so that local Chinese can learn more about the language of South Asia countries. Like Daniel, do you know any vocabularies in some languages other than Chinese and English?
Yes, I did learn a little bit Nepalese because
You know Nepali?
a little bit, because during these few years, sometimes when I engaging with the the Nepalese in the community, and then they are very happy and very willing to share with me and teach me some Nepalese. That's why I really learned a little bit from them, and I feel so happy about that.
Other than Nepali, what else do you know?
Actually, I also learned a bit of Urdu as well, because in this year I have been traveled to Pakistan for several weeks, and then I guess maybe for the following episode we can share more on our experience about that as well.
How about I heard that you also know some Southeast Asian language?
Yes, because when I was young, I did have some have a Filipino helper, helper serving, domestic helper serving for my family, and then sometimes she is very willing to teach me as well.
Wow! So
and
you
I will
have
teach her Cantonese. Yeah.
So you have a lot. I think in Indonesian domestic workers speak much better Cantonese than you speaking the Indonesian bahasa.
Yes, it's true. It's
so
true.
you have a lot of experience learning different languages. How do you feel when you speak the languages of the non-Chinese to the non-Chinese community?
Actually, firstly, I think it is just like a database. I have to learn it everything slowly by slowly, and then when I try to learn more new things, I have to consolidate what I have learned, and during I learn it, I will find some techniques for some skills for myself to remind me not to confuse different languages or other words with it, and I will try to use some Cantonese like in the pronunciations to make me remember those different languages words easily.
So what happened when you speak to them?
Actually, they will feel so happy. Even I speak it wrongly, they will just say, you keep saying, I will correct you, I will tell you the correct one, and then it's very nice to hear that you try to say our language, and then that's really encouraging.
So they don't mind even if you make a mistake.
Yes,
they're willing to teach you.
Yes, but I think I have to learn it to be more speaking accurately.
So I think this is a mutual way, like it's a two-way process. When they accept our wrongs, they don't mind us making mistakes. Yeah. So when we meet some non-Chinese people speaking Cantonese or speaking Chinese, that they may make some mistakes, I think we also should have more tolerance in that.
True.
And besides Nepali words, we also have some series introducing Urdu, which is a language in Pakistan. We have totally published around, I guess, almost 100 episodes in this one week, one word for language exchange. But more interactively, we have organized some language exchange workshops, which is this was online because at that time we're still in COVID period, and we got a number of participants who are non-Chinese, and we also got some Chinese participants. In this workshop, we have inter-exchange in different languages. Chinese participants were learning Urdu, and we also have non-Chinese participants learning Chinese. And in this workshop, we have explained the pronunciation, the grammars of both languages, and participants of both language users and benefits from learning another language. Besides this online interracial language session, we have also organized another one after the COVID, so we can meet. And this was organized in Shamshipo and in community center. That this time it is not an interaction between Cantonese and Urdu. It was an interaction between Cantonese and Tagalog. Tagalog, what is who are the speakers of the language of Tagalog?
It's the Filipino, the people in Philippines.
Oh, it's a language in Philippines, and we have a lot of Filipino in Hong Kong. Yes. And not to stereotype them as 100% domestic workers, we have also a lot of permanent residents in Hong Kong who are Filipinos. They were here for generations. And at that day, we have also around 10 Filipino joining the program. They're learning Cantonese, and we have also some local Chinese participants who are interested to learn Tagalog, and we have instructor who are Filipino teaching us Tagalog, the grammar of Tagalog, and some daily conversation of Tagalog. Do you still remember some words of it?
Yes, like kamusta ka is means
Kamusta ka?
kamusta ka and means how are you? Yeah, and salamat po means thank you.
Salamat po. So these are some language workshops. We find that through these language workshops, especially the face-to-face one, participants find it very funny.
Yes,
They have fun. They have fun learning a language. It's quite different from our experience having English lesson in college, because at that time we find it very difficult. We didn't find the fun parts of learning a language, but when we have like mother language speakers, the native speakers of the other language, like we have Filipinos in the same activities teaching us how to speak their language, we find it quite fun.
Yeah, and I think when learning the language together, when once they raise up a question on they feel difficulties on learning particular wordings or some sentences, then we can brings it out together and discuss together and find out a better way for us to learn easily.
And also through these kind of activities, by explaining our own mother language Cantonese to non-Chinese speakers, it is also another way for us to understand more about our language.
True.
To understand the characteristics and difficulties of learning Cantonese. So this is some, I think, personal benefits, but for this kind of language exchange, in addition to the 1 week 1 word, I think this kind of programs, languages programs, our rationale is to build up an equal and fair society, and instead of just asking the non-Chinese community to learn Chinese, we also the local Chinese, even the mainstream, the majority population, we can also learn more about the language of different cultures, so that we can build a equal society. And it is not necessary to learn the whole set of language and to have a dialogue or conversation, or in, for example, Nepali, we just by learning some keywords and greetings words, we can facilitate opening a conversation with some non-Chinese strangers in the community. For example, if we learn some words like namaste, or how are you in South Asian language, or thank you, dhanyavad, we can for some neighbors, South Asian neighbors, maybe we haven't have any conversations with them for years, but we met them many times. We didn't have a chance to start a conversation. But after some of our participants learns these kind of these words, these vocabularies, maybe the next time when they met their South Asian neighbors, they will have the confidence, or they have something to start with, to begin a conversation.
Yes.
So this may help our non-Chinese and Chinese community to begin some relationship in the community, and in a long-term future, they may have a chance to have more social network or maybe in the long run they can help each other and develop more better neighborhood community, better neighborhood relationship between them.
It's true.
But after the interracial or multi-language workshop, we also come back to some very pragmatic practical parts that many of our service users who are non-Chinese are facing some difficulties in schools and also in their work or daily life when they go to markets to buy maisong, to buy food, and they may need some practical
Usage.
conversation, like
Yeah,
the Cantonese conversation usage. So we also organize some Cantonese workshop for non-Chinese that this program was in COVID, so we also did it online. We have some volunteers to teach our non-Chinese service users some daily conversations, so it can facilitate them to integrate into the local society, not only at school and in their work or at workplace, also in some daily life when they go to buy food or buy necessities. They may need some phrases to facilitate their conversation with other people, local Chinese people. So these are the Chinese workshop. I remember you have also helped in some Chinese language workshop. What is your experience?
Actually, I will sometimes I will imagine that when I am the one who teaching them, I will try my very best to put down my identity as a local Chinese, as a person that learned Cantonese for 20 years long, and then I will try to put myself into their angles or their point of view, and then to try to see whether I can use a more easier or better way from their side to let them learn a language easily.
What kind of what categories of vocabularies do you think is most useful for non-Chinese to learn?
To me, basically, I think it's some like directional words or some useful word like the adjective or comparison. I think it's quite the comparison word. I think is very useful for them because sometimes they have to describe the because I can see that some of the non-Chinese, they may not too familiar with the community, and most of them may ask for how should I go somewhere, where should I go, or in that shop what can I see, what's the location, something like that. And then I think if I can teach them more about the directional words, then it's more easily for them to get the right place.
Yes, I remember that when we organize this kind of language workshop for non-Chinese, we also get some feedback that there are two major categories of vocabularies they find it useful. The first is transportation.
Yeah,
transportation, because transportation is what is compulsory for them to get to different places in Hong Kong to travel. Like most of non-Chinese, maybe they rely very much on MTR, because MTR is very expectable. Like they can expect where to go in the such certain direction. But bus and minibus is a little bit more difficult. Confusing, especially minibus is maybe we don't know where to ask the driver to stop, and I'm also very shy to tell the driver to stop. And bus is a little bit more a little bit better after they have the app. So, and also they show the screen on the screen what is the next stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're not so familiar with the geographic location of such of a city, you can easily miss the stop, and maybe you will take a ride until the terminal. So you miss a stop, and you need a long way to go back. So MTR may be more easy for non-Chinese, but we also include the transportation theme in our Cantonese workshop. And also the second major category was medical.
Medical, yeah, it's
Yes,
also
medical, because everyone need to see doctor. May have a chance to get sick.
Yeah,
So everyone have a chance to see the doctor, but not only children or not only adult or elderly people, everyone. So they may have encounter some confusion and some communication misunderstanding when they go to public hospital, and especially when it is difficult to describe where the pain or where they feel unwell in different body parts. So they may want to know more about how to describe their illness, or how to describe their feeling unwell in different body parts in Chinese.
yeah.
In Chinese.
And talking about the medical part, I think that's interesting that as I heard from my non-Chinese friends, that they find it's quite easy to learn about this aspect of vocabulary, because like most of our body parts is a single word in single pronunciation in Cantonese, like Tao, Lo, Some, and then quite easier for them to remember
Really?
about that. Yeah.
So they find it easy.
At least as long as it's not a long word or have a very long pronunciations.
Right,
Yes,
right.
and then at the same time they getting to know more about the pattern of the Chinese word. Like maybe after mentioning the body part, then they have to just add back a tone behind after the body part. Then it means symptoms of the body pain or something like that.
So
they can
Cantonese
categorize.
is quite straightforward.
Yes, they can try to can categorize that. Oh, after I mention tone after the body part, that means I have the particular part of the pain. Yeah, they can try to figure out this kind of.
So
pattern.
it's quite straightforward combination.
Yes,
that's what I have mentioned before when we teach non-Chinese more about our own mother tongue. Actually, it is an opportunity for us to understand more about our own language and culture, of course.
Yes.
So what I'm going to say at last is that we also do some multicultural training and sharing in different universities, and of course this kind of sharing in for university students or for NGO staffs or for teachers, I always include the introduction of South Asian languages in our slides and in our sharing. That's for them to understand the complexity of South Asian languages, because without understanding this fact, I think a lot of people in Hong Kong may think that may have a misunderstanding that all South Asians are speaking one language, or they are using one language only.
Yes.
And they may not know actually we have like tens or more, even more than hundreds of different languages in Hong Kong, and which are used by South Asians, and which are the major ones, and which are the ones who are used by less people, and which languages exist in the South Asia countries but not used in Hong Kong. For example, I think Assamese is used in East India, but I think we can hardly find a Assamese speaker in Hong Kong. But Hindi, Urdu, Tamil
is the majority.
Yeah, and Bengali. Of course, we have a lot of speakers in Hong Kong. So, and what are the relationships among these languages? Which are the more similar? Which are more different from each other? We gave first a little bit understanding for our audience, and so that our local Chinese can have more idea about what the South Asian languages look like. So this is what we want to share about our service on the language learning part. And this language learning is not what we traditionally perceive asking non-Chinese to learn Chinese. We also want to spread a message that as the majority society, local Chinese, should also take a step forward to learn the language of our EM community. So this is only by this we can build up an equal society.
It's true.
So this is all our sharing for this session. Thank you, Francis, for inviting us. And we want to say Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to Francis and our audience.
Yes.
Okay. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Freddie and Daniel, and also
Thank
to
you.
all the audience who are watching our EP show.
Remember, before have Merry Christmas, remember to like this channel.
Yes, and comment and share.
Thank you, Freddie and Daniel. You may see it's the fact.
Yes.
This is the contact of Freddie's service, so that if you know someone could need the assistance from the ethnic minority communities, do feel free to contact Freddie and Daniel, so that they can be integrated into our Hong Kong community.
Thank you, Francis.
I hope you enjoyed tonight's program. See you next week. Okay, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.